Okay, this should be the last part of the lecture note for lessee accounting. So if you don't already have your lecture note out, you might want to get it out and use it to write some notes down on. So we're in example 5, and in this case it's an unguaranteed residual value. So in the prior case we had $4,000 residual value and it was guaranteed. Now it's not guaranteed, but the economic useful life of the equipment is 7 years. This is still a capital lease without transfer of ownership. So what's different between example 4 and example 5? Let me just zoom down here. Right here. So we have all of these lease payments minus executory costs. 14404, 14404, 14404, 14404, and 14404. So these payments are the same, but now the present value minimum lease payments, oh, that's not nice, jumps around. So the present value of minimum lease payments doesn't include the residual value because it's not guaranteed, and that's not part of our definition for the lessee. So it's the present value of an annuity due, 10%, and 5 payments. So if you're using Excel, you have 5 payments. The payment is 14,404. The FV is 0, and if you use Excel, you'd set it to 1 for annuity due. Okay, when you do that calculation, it's roughly 60,065. I can't remember if I did that with the 60,065 with a factor or a calculator, but this is less than the 62,548, and it should be. It should be 62,548 minus the present value of the residual value, because that's the part we aren't capitalizing. That's the part we're not recognizing as a long-term asset. It's just the present value of the residual value. And this should all equal it up, say approximately, with error, 60,065. Okay, present value of minimum lease payments equals PV of the MLP, minimum lease payments. All right, but once you get your capitalized amount, so this schedule, we have all our interest expense for every year. We have the capitalized amount. This is the capitalized amount. This is leased equipment. Capitalized, leased equipment, capitalized. Okay. And we're going to write the journal entry to record leased equipment capitalized. Here's the lease liability. So once again, this is the capitalization. Once again, here's the capitalization. Stalling. And here's day 1 payment. Okay, so I want to be clear. The first 2 rows is actually the capitalization. The only reason we have the next 2 is this one happens to be annuity due. You wouldn't have the payment here if this were structured as an ordinary annuity. And then write the adjusting journal entries on 12/31/07. So 4566. Let's go up and look at our schedule. 4566. 1108 on our payment schedule, but that would be the adjustment for 12/31/07. And depreciation expense. Oh my gosh, where did that come from? It should be 60,065 minus 0. This is a case number 1A. You have to look above and your note. So that's wrong. The amount might be right. Let's see. We can do this one together. Lots of fun doing accounting together. Okay, 60,065 divided by 5. And sure enough, that's the right answer. Just forgot to change the amount capitalized. 1213. Okay, $12,013. Okay. So at this point, you should have plenty of tools to attempt your entire lessee individual assignment. All of the ones in the individual assignment follow the exact same rules that you've learned here. So good luck with the individual assignment. I will see you in the next class. Please email me if you have any questions.